London Bridge train station. It has always been ever so good to me, always sending me to my precise locations on time. My trust shall forever lay within this station, for it has never led me astray. A cold, rainy Monday morning struck. I was trapped in awe within the beauty of the Shard. It glistened as bright as ever while still standing tall and proud. Oh my, what a marvelous creation you are indeed, I thought to myself. Stuck in admiration, I knew I could no longer linger here as my train would depart without me. I grasped my baggage with haste and undertook my lengthy journey to the platform. Lost within the heart of the station, I noticed the people around me. Darting from location to location, it seemed as if these people were in a rush. I felt sincere sympathy for these people, always scurrying through life and not taking the time to truly live. I understood that each one of these people had their own agendas and their own reasons for speeding through. I should not be so judgmental towards others. I gently scolded myself while proceeding through to my platform in a slow and blissful manner. Sauntering through the dense throng, I perceived an aged, though amicable face. I was not sure if that was the same person I remembered from a time long forgotten. My suspicions were laid to rest the moment we locked eyes and stopped dead in our tracks. In that moment, that split second, it seemed as if Father Time froze our moment to give us an uninterrupted opportunity to meet once again. That short blonde hair was no longer in the mohawk fashion, but instead combed in a slick, gentlemanly manner. Well-groomed facial hair in resemblance to a knight. The fragrance of his Hugo Boss cologne filled the air around us, smothering it. Accompanied by a thick leather jacket and black skinny jeans, he sent a familiar smile my way, followed by a slow, leisurely pace towards me. That smile, oh, that smile brought back 1,000 memories from a time when we were not young men, but boys, children no more than 9 or 10 years of age. The soft thudding sound of his thick military boots snapped me out of my trance of nostalgia and was met with an extended arm on my opposite end. "Eamon," I murmured. "It's so good to see you again, Sandu," he replied. The sound of his voice was altered, and not as I recollected it. He no longer had the voice of a young man, but a more mature one. He was a man now, as was I. I firmly grasped his hand and pulled him in my direction. I refused to give him the handshake he so desired, but instead saluted him with a warm embrace, like soldiers rallying from a long-fought war. "It's been too long, old friend," I said as I shook his hand. "I am grateful that we were given this chance to meet after so many years. We parted as boys, and now met as men. We conversed for what seemed like hours upon hours. My departure no longer mattered to me anymore. This was where I wanted to be. This was now my destination. Sadly, all good things must come to an end. Our paths will cross once again, but this time in the real world, where I'll be waiting for you. There, old friend," he proudly announced with a confident and loud voice, while still maintaining his content smile. He nodded, and once again we parted ways, walking away with the satisfaction of meeting and the question of what did he mean by in the real world. I slowly started to fade. With a tear escaping my eye, I looked up at the sky while the world circled around me. It faded with me. I closed my eyes and repeated, "We parted as boys, met as men." When I opened my eyes, I slowly awoke from my lucid dream. With the gloomy ambience circulating around me, I turned to face the window. As the moonlight pierced through, it rested on my face as I whispered, "I'll see you again, my friend."